Understanding, not as good as, a guide to English phrases. Hello everyone. Today, we're going to explore a commonly used English phrase, not as good as. This phrase is a crucial part of English communication, especially when making comparisons. So, let's dive in and understand what it really means and how you can use it effectively in your conversations. Not as good as is a comparative phrase used to indicate that one thing is inferior in quality, ability, or performance when compared to another. It's a polite and indirect way of saying that something doesn't quite measure up to the standard of something else. For example, this coffee is not as good as the one I had yesterday. Let's look at some examples to understand how to use not as good as in sentences. 1. Comparing objects. My phone is not as good as yours. 2. Skill or ability. I'm not as good as my sister at playing the guitar. 3. Experiences. My vacation was nice, but not as good as last year's. Sometimes, you might want to use different words to express a similar meaning. Here are some synonyms and variations. Inferior to. Her performance was inferior to her competitors. Doesn't compare to. This restaurant doesn't compare to our favorite one. Falls short of. His efforts fall short of the required standards. When using not as good as, be careful not to confuse it with better than, which indicates superiority. Also, ensure that the comparison is logical and clear to the listener or reader. Try creating your own sentences using not as good as. Compare different objects, skills, or experiences to get comfortable with the phrase. Understanding and using not as good as can greatly enhance your ability to make comparisons in English. Remember, practice is key. We hope this video has been helpful in your journey to master English. Keep practicing, and see you in the next lesson.